Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome to EAA. Yes, I know the title of this video and I am going to get to that in just a minute, but first I'm going to start out with what's going on in the shop, projects, things like that, what's been happening since the last time I updated. So if you want to know why California sucks, stick around to the end of the video and you will find out. Stand here in front of my whiteboard, and I apologize, I've got a fan on in the background for a little circulation. I actually got up this morning and decided to be motivated and actually do something. So I came down, I did a spray detail on a couple of my vehicles because they got some bugs on them, things like that. Haven't been waxed in a couple of months, so I'm going to try to go through and do maybe 2 or 3 vehicles a day in the next week or so. I can get them all done, get that taken care of, and that'll be something to mark off my personal list. But I have this whiteboard behind me, and what I do is I will put up any projects or any maintenance that's needed on any of the vehicles. Because if I go out and drive a vehicle, I come back, I say, oh, this is making a funny noise, or this needs to be taken care of. If I walk away from it, I will forget it. But this helps me to remember what projects I have going on. Right now I've got about 11 vehicles that have projects on them. And then what I do next to the vehicle, like DT is for Discount Tire, my buddy Jesse at Discount Tire. E of course is for Eddie. F for Fidel. My buddy Josh has helped me do some stuff. So that kind of helps me to remember what needs to be done, what's going on, and who can help me or who can take care of it for me. And then next over here I've got really where the vehicles are. The vehicles are out of the shop. I just put it up there so I know where the vehicle is, even though I do know where the vehicle is. I haven't forgotten that badly. But you know, the Jag is at Cruz Lucas, the Volkswagen's over at the workshop, Pantera's over at the workshop. So it just kind of helps me to keep track of everything, keep track of what's going on, what's happening. And then as I go along, I'll mark everything off the list, and I'll usually add 2 or 3 more things for every one thing that gets knocked off the list, because that's the life of a car enthusiast. It happens. There's always something to do. Now, this is just for maintenance stuff. This is not for things that I want to do to improve the car, make it nicer, or personalize it, or what have you. I have a list for that too, but it's on my phone, and it's a working list. It's always changing and evolving and everything like that. And if I can ever get this list kind of taken care of, then I can start on that list, which will be fun. And I do want to do a video talking about that list too, but that'll be another time. Over at the workshop, right here at the back of the bus, and as you can see, the motor is out. The motor is actually right here. So my buddy Josh actually volunteered his last weekend, and is going to volunteer part of his next weekend. Come over, take this thing out, take it apart, and seal up all the oil leaks. Eddie's going to do the rear main on it, get it put back in, because this thing was leaking a lot of oil. So hopefully by next weekend this thing will be back up and running, be back over at the toy shop. And here's Eddie working hard. I actually see him working. See, he does work. Yeah. He working on the Pantera. Videos. Yeah, sometimes. Working on the Pantera. If you guys remember, had the car fire. I think I talked about that. Got that all taken care of. Eddie got another carburetor on it. Got everything taken care of. But now we're putting more horsepower through it, so the clutch is slipping. Wasn't a big surprise to me because I knew the clutch was slipping before when I first got it, so I'd already bought all the parts for the clutch. So now Eddie gets the daunting task of putting a new clutch in this vehicle, which should be a lot of fun, but it should perform really, really good when he's done. And of course I almost forgot, since Eddie doesn't have nearly enough to do with my cars, he has to take on extra work. So we've got my neighbor's Shelby Cobra replica over here. It's having some problems. It's stumbling and not really going. It's not really operating well under full throttle, under a load. It just, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And with these cars, you do want to kind of go fast. When you step on the throttle, you want it to go. It's not doing it. So Eddie's going to make it do that once he finishes with this and that, and I don't know, a couple of other things. So neighbor will get it back in the next month or so. He didn't really need it anyway. Back over at the toy shop, standing here in front of Kit. If you guys don't remember, I did go out and buy a Knight Rider replica, which seems to be a very big hit with everybody. Guys my age who grew up with the show absolutely love this car. Cannot wait to do the video on this car, and it is coming. I'm pretty comfortable with how the car works and all its little quirks and things like that. So I just need to get together. My buddy Josh and I want to do kind of a special video for this particular car. Should be a good time, so we'll be looking out for that. But this car had a couple of projects. The turn signals didn't work. I got my buddy, what is his name? Not Manuel. I'm gonna look it up because Ruben. So I got my buddy Ruben over, and he took care of some electrical issues that this car was having, got it everything's working really good on it. We took it down to have it smogged, and it's not going to pass smog because the cats are bad. So right now we're waiting for a phone call for new cats. Eddie's going to take it down, put on new cats, take it down. Should smog, shouldn't be any problem. That will be good, and then get this thing registered, get it taken care of, and then I can start working on some of the projects I want to work on for this car, which I will talk about at a later video, I promise. So I am standing here between my Trans Am and my DeLorean for a reason. Certainly there are a number of projects over there on the whiteboard, and I could tell you all about them, but I wouldn't want to bore you, so I'm going to hit the highlights. On the DeLorean, there are a couple issues that I have going on with it right now. Number one, both of the power windows, actually the driver's side, stopped working completely. The passenger side still works, but the motor in there is kind of loose and it rattles around when I'm driving along, and that's rather annoying, so I want to get that fixed. The brakes on this car are a little mushy, so I want to have that taken care of. And this thing still has an issue with cold idle. When I start it up, it just doesn't want to idle, so I want to get that taken care of. I'm thinking that once my Jaguar is done at Cruise Lucas and I go to pick it up, I may just go ahead and drop this car off and let them have it, because I know they work on DeLoreans. Hopefully they won't need it nearly as long as they have had the Jaguar. I actually figured it out the other day. They've had the Jaguar longer than I have. So still haven't gotten that one back. I'm hoping to get it back this week. Hopefully by the time this video goes live, I will have the car back and I can do a video on it, because I do want to share my experiences with it once it's actually running and driving properly. But that's another story. I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyway, that's what's going on with the DeLorean. As far as the Trans Am goes, air conditioning issues, which is really the majority of my issues. I got a lot of vehicles that need the air conditioning service. It is coming that time of the year where it's getting warmer. This one, the compressor went on me, so I ordered another compressor. I've got it waiting to go in and go over to Jesse. Jesse at Discount Tire does all my air conditioning stuff. So also while it's there, I need to have him smog this car because it is due for registration. So in addition to smogging the other Trans Am Firebird, I need to smog this Trans Am Firebird. So, and that really leads me into what is wrong with California and why it is so difficult to be a car collector in the state of California. Now, you've heard me talk about this before, but if you have a vehicle that's 1976 or newer, you have to smog the vehicle every time it changes ownership and every other year for registration, which to me is incredibly dumb. It's stupid. I don't understand why we have to do this, but we do. We're one of the very few states that has to do it, but we do. And it's just an extra way to make a little bit of money for the state of California and put more restrictions on the vehicles that we drive. That's number one thing. Number two thing is the gas prices that we have. Now, I would be more than happy to pay $4 a gallon for gasoline if it was good quality gasoline, but we don't even have good gasoline here in California. We have among the worst quality of gasoline, yet we have among the highest prices of gasoline, and it hits everybody where it hurts. So that's a frustrating issue. Also talking about registration. Registration in the state of California is not cheap. To register a vehicle and to keep it registered year after year is not cheap. So that's another place where they hit us. So California has a lot of really positive things. Beautiful climate, beautiful weather. We can pretty much drive 12 months out of the year. It's great, beautiful scenery and everything like that. But when it comes to some of the restrictions and laws and things like that that we have to put up with in the state of California, it's truly a pain in the ass. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I ranted plenty on this video, and I apologize for that. Those of you that stuck with me, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Rant done. I'm going to end the video in front of the Cobra because I just finished doing a spray detail on it. Looks good, looks pretty, wanted to show it off. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Instagram P.O. box in the description below. God bless, take care, have an absolutely amazing day.